Hi, today I'm going to make Indonesian style pork satay. To make pork satay, we're going to need pork tenderloin. I have, this one is 1.84 pound of pork tenderloin. So in gram is like around 800 gram. So I'm going to use all of this. So first, we need to cut the pork in smaller pieces, but not too small. So this is the pork tenderloin. So we need to slice this pork tenderloin in smaller pieces before we marinate. So I don't like this fat, so I'm trimming the fat as much as I can. Go. Okay. So you wanna cut it like this size, not too small, but not too big. It's more like 1 inch by 1 inch size. So first I'm gonna slice like 1 centimeters first. Centimeter thickness. I can cut in half again. Like this size, you don't need to cut it in half again. This is small enough. But this one, you wanna cut it in half. Okay, so it's all cut into smaller pieces. Now I need to make the marinade. I need to grind some spices. So I'm going to use my stick blender instead of the food processor, just because I don't feel like taking out my food processor. So this is a candlenut. This is we call it kemiri in Indonesia. You cannot eat candlenut raw, so you have to cook the candlenut. So this one, because I'm making using 800 grams of pork, so I'm going to use around 80 grams of candlenuts. And shallot. So I used 4 big shallots. So this supposed to be together. and garlic. I'm using 8 or 9 garlic cloves of garlic, and these are turmeric. I'm using 2 fingers of turmeric. Galangal root. You use galangal root often in Indonesian cooking. So because we want to grind this all together, this is like galangal root looks like ginger, but this is hard, way harder than ginger. So be careful when you cut the galangal. A long time ago, I chopped a galangal and I chopped my finger. So I had to go to the emergency room at a time. And for a while, I refused to play with galangal anymore because it gave me trauma. So this is red chili. We're supposed to use a different kind of chili, finger chili, but I don't have it. So I'm using red chili, just regular one. I can use 2, but I don't have so many of red chili at home, so I want to keep some in my freezer for other cooking. So I'm just gonna use 1. All right. Now we're going to grind them all together. Good. Okay. So this is the paste. This is the paste that you're looking for. Now I'm going to prepare other spices. So Indonesian pork satay is sweet, so we will need sugar to marinate the meat. In Indonesia, we use palm sugar or coconut sugar. In Indonesia, we call it Gula Jawa. If you cannot find this sugar, you can use brown sugar. It's okay too. Because I have Gula Jawa, the Indonesian coconut sugar, I'm going to use it. But I know that recently I went to Walmart. They sell coconut sugar, the powder one, and the baking aisle. So you can use, if you want to use the Gula Jawa, the coconut palm sugar, then you can get it from Walmart, or else just use brown sugar, regular brown sugar. Because I like sweet, I'm going to use probably like 100 grams. I'm gonna measure it. So it looks like this brick. I just weigh this coconut sugar. This weigh like 270 grams, so I'm going to just use half. So you have to grate it. See, making Indonesian cooking is not simple. So many spices and ingredients used. But it's very rewarding when you eat it. So I have the paste, I have the coconut sugar. Now I need other spices too to marinate the pork. All right. So this is the pork meat that I cut in smaller pieces already. I'm going to put all the spices. The sugar. Coriander, ground coriander. I'm going to use 2 tablespoons. Cumin, ground cumin. Probably half teaspoon. This cumin smell is very strong. It's not my favorite smell, so I'll use half teaspoon. Soy sauce, light soy sauce. I'm gonna use 5 tablespoons. And then besides the coconut sugar, we will need to add sweet soy sauce. This is Indonesian condiment. You do not find it at the regular grocery stores here. You have to go to Asian store, Asian mart. I told you before that I like sweet, so I'm going to add 4, 6, 7, 8 tablespoons, because I use around 800 of pork tenderloin. So lime juice. The lime here are big, so I'm going to use probably 2. Last but not least is the spices that I grind before. I'm gonna use all. Okay. Smells so good. So mix all together. So this is what it looks like. Okay, so now we need to marinate it for at least 2 hours. I'm probably gonna marinate it longer overnight so I can grill it tomorrow. Cover and put in the fridge for at least 2 hours. I have marinated this pork tenderloin for overnight. It is now time to put the meat, the pork, to the skewer. So I'm going to put 3 or 4 pieces on each skewer. It depends how big the pieces are. Like this one, they are pretty big, so 3 pieces are enough. So look like this. So this is all my pork satays ready to be grilled. I think I made 27 skewers out of 800 grams of pork tenderloin. I have this leftover marinade from marinating the satay that I'm cooking down until it reduced and get thickened for the sauce. So I have 27 satays here. It's time to bake it. I'm baking it at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. So I changed the temperature of the oven from 350 to be 400 Fahrenheit. So I took it out after 8 minutes and then turned the satay. Okay, put them back in the oven for another 8 minutes, and then I'm gonna check and then paint the satay. Another 8 minutes is over. So this is the marinade that I used to marinate the meat earlier. The leftover marinade, and then I added oil and then also sweet soy sauce. I mix them together. I'm going to brush this satay. And then going back to the oven for probably 2 or 3 minutes. Okay, probably 3 minutes. I'm gonna do 3 minutes. I will turn the satay and brush them again. Okay. You see all this juice around here? I'm gonna use it too. This is going to be the final step. I don't have enough paste there. I thought that would be enough, but all I can do is just using sweet soy sauce. This will be okay. Okay, they're all painted. So I will put them back into the oven for 5 minutes this time and see what they look like after 5 minutes. I think it's going to be done. Okay, look at this pork satay. Looks like they're done, but I'm gonna do the test. You know, when you eat satay, you're supposed to eat it out of a skewer. In our house, it's illegal to eat it not from the skewers. Sweet the way I want it. Very yummy. It's not simple to make, but these satays are very rewarding. See you next time.